What's the word, man? We back again with the loudest podcast in the bed. So go tell a friend, come right back and then go tell another motherfucking friend because we finna get it in, man. We got my main man in the building today, man. Who we got?
I'm getting the boy Benji Hardaway.
The Hardaway. Nigga, we got fucking Benji Hardaway. Well, you know what time it is. We finna pick his brain, man. I'm finna get high in that thing because, you know, he don't indulge. And it's all good. You better tune in. Let's go. What's good with you, my boy? Big Benji. Benji Hardaway, the busiest man in the motherfucking being.
Hey, man, I'm just productive, you know?
How you been doing, man?
Just, trying to get to it, man. That's it, you know?
Yeah. Well, for sure, you got me out my comfort zone, man. That's how hard you work, man. I gotta come to you, man, which is no problem, you know what I'm saying? We go anywhere. Anywhere. But you know what I'm saying? We come to you whenever you need us to, bro, because we fuck with you like that, you know what I'm saying? But you so busy, man. I don't know if we ever really had a chance to really sit down and actually get an interview with you. Like, we did a vlog with you before, but we ain't never really did a full interview with you, and I think the people need that, you know what I'm saying? So we can start from the top, man, because I know a lot of people know you, but a lot of people probably don't know the real you, so can we get on who you are and where you from?
My name is Benjamin Hardaway. My name is Benjamin Hardaway. My name is Benji Hardaway, and I'm from South Bend, Indiana.
Word.
I gotta excuse me, man.
Yeah, my man's been partaking in the afternoon sessions, you know what I'm saying, of the good festivities of hard work, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, if you didn't understand what he said, man, that's Big Benji Hardaway, man, you know what I mean? Where you from, bro?
South Bend, Indiana. Born and raised.
Okay, what side of town?
All of them, I ain't got.
That's the first, man. A lot of people like to claim one, man. You real with that shit. You said you from all them motherfuckers.
Look. Look. I was, yeah, you know what I mean? I grew up on all of them, you know what I mean? All of them. All of them except for shit. Anywhere, right where they're I mean, from the east to the west to the south, the north, the lake. I did not stay on the lake.
It's down the lake, man. We gotta get him a spot on the lake, man. We're gonna build him a house on the lake, man. It's coming soon. But anyway, man, how you even get into this music thing? Because a lot of people know you from music, though. Like, I mean, I'm sure you had a lot of people that know you from high school and stuff, but how long you even been doing music?
I've been doing music for a minute, man, since, I want to say, like, 5th or 6th grade. The summer of 5th grade, 6th grade, I was in this group with Flamo. You know, Flamo is actually my blood cousin.
Shout out to Flamo, man.
Me, him, and two of my other cousins, we was in a group called Hardhead. You know, I really wasn't, like, though, like, both our dads was musically inclined, like, when we was growing up, but I wasn't interested in it, you know what I mean? As much as they try to take credit for it, I wasn't interested in it. I wanted to do sports and stuff, you know what I mean? So like I was playing baseball, basketball, football, track, cross country, wrestling.
So you was athletic, Benji, at an early age.
I was though, I really was. Like I wasn't always big Benji.
Oh, word?
No. I was really, I was like 189, like going crazy, you know what I mean? So, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I wasn't really into music until like my uncle called me, Flamo dad called me in the summer of 5th grade and asked me if I wanted to be a part of the group. You know, and I was like, sure, you know what I mean? At first they was already an official group. Like at every family function they was performing, you know what I mean? I was like, man, that's crazy. And so like,
did you ever want to be a part of it as watching? Like,
no, I just thought it was crazy, you know what I mean? Like it was crazy, like it would be times like where like I remember like 4th of July, you know what I mean? I'm with all my cousins, I'm trying to play with all my cousins, and then my main cousins, which was them that I hung out with, they couldn't play because they was rehearsing, you know what I mean? And I would be like, damn, was that serious? And then they'd get on top of the table and go crazy, and I'm like, damn, I mean, it is that serious.
So you seen your cousins taking the music talent like serious at a young age, and that kind of made you want to get involved with it?
No, that didn't. That's when I started though. I'm gonna say like, because that helped me form myself today. But that helped me with like writing and performing and everything because like we used to like do like practice like down there every day, you know what I mean? Like literally like you couldn't go outside unless you practice, you know what I mean? Everything. And so like shit, I really didn't know how to rap, I didn't know how to read words and shit, I didn't know how to do none of that. My uncle taught me, you know what I mean? He taught me how to do this shit. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I would rap whatever he wrote, you know what I mean? And then shit, I just asked him one day if I could write, you know what I mean, if I could rearrange some words. And he's like, yeah, and I rearranged some words, literally, words. And shit.
It made the verse that much better?
Hell yeah, people love that shit. You know, people like it. I was like, damn, that shit really hard. But then, you know what I mean, shit, we fell off with that, you know what I mean? And shit, about 7th grade, I moved from the South. I moved from the South to the East in my 7th grade year, you know what I mean? And then, shit, my dad was locked up at that time, and he was asking me about music and shit, and I wasn't really feeling it. And shit, he was like, I'm about to send you some equipment. I'm gonna have to send you some equipment. And he gave me this 16-track thing that I was recording off of. It was like an actual.
Wait, hold on, wait. I don't want to cut you off. But you said your father was incarcerated at the time, but he still managed to send you some recording equipment?
Yeah. Like he had people, he had friends.
Now that's what's up, man. See, a lot of fathers that's like that, that's incarcerated, they don't get any recognition and shit like that. So I applaud that shit right there, man. That's dope. Because he's still doing for his kid, even though he's in a fucked up situation, man. That's raw, man. And look what it became, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he most definitely, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't know that I know a lot. A lot of people don't know that I know a lot about the music and the business side of it. But my dad was the one talking me that shit. Like he would tell me like, you know what I mean? He would quiz me or certain shit. Like not certain quiz, not really quiz, but like just question me like.
Just pick your brain and like, just make sure you know it.
Yeah, you know about copyrights, you know about the publisher and the writer, you know about this and that, you know about this, you know what that does, and shit. If I didn't, he'd be like, all right, I'm gonna see this book, read it. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, and so I would read it, but then I started doing my own research on certain shit just to get in depth and shit. To be honest, bro, I didn't know none of this shit would take. I didn't know none of this shit would be as important as it is now. It's sort of like this. You make an investment to like a stock. Nobody knows if it's gonna go up or it's gonna go down or whatever. You know what I mean? Nobody knows that.
Yeah, y'all know what it's gonna be.
Then just one day, that motherfucker just started. You know what I mean?
Actually,
like so all of this shit,
something.
right? So like all of this shit that my pops was putting me on and me fucking with the equipment and getting to know the equipment and shit like that.
Start making sense.
Like no, it didn't at that time. It didn't. Like bro, I would really like, let's say, my mom would be like, yo, when you go to bed, it's time, you gotta go to school in the morning. Yeah, all right, cool. Wait till she's knocked out. And then I'm upstairs going crazy with the headphones on. I started out making beats at first. Oh God, I started out making beats at first, bro. What I'm going crazy. And then it got to the point where she like, she wouldn't go to sleep. She wouldn't go to sleep unless I'm asleep. You know what I mean? Or she'd be listening close, her TV be down or some shit. So like I had to start doing it like this, like 7th and 8th grade, I would wake up in the morning and I had my little mic hanging from the ceiling with my little 16-track little mix board. And I forgot how to, LimeWire. Used to get the beats off LimeWire. And I load them into the thing, or I make my own beat. I load them into the thing, and then shit, I record over them, take them to school, you know what I mean? Or I make a beat, and I take it to school, and I tell one of my homies, like, hey, rap on this shit, you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean, like, for real, like.
So you was producing early.
On God, like, I didn't know, you know what I mean? I didn't know I was going crazy like that. But that's what I'm saying, like, I didn't know that it would lead to this shit. But I was doing that, like, shit like that, and then, like, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't go to sleep. Like, man, any female that I had back then would hate it because they'd come over and spend the night or sneak out to spend the night and shit. And, bro, I wasn't laying up in the bed, and then I had like a 70-inch, one of them big back TVs though. I had a 70-inch with a California King in my room, bro. I was not on that bed at all, bro.
Man, what? That was the perfect. Oh man, they coming over here, they feeling like they just wasting time.
I'm that wrong guy, bro. That's when that Black 360 just came out, bro. I was not on that, bro. Like my mom, shit. I was working at McDonald's. Well, I started working at McDonald's. My mom put the cable in the room. I was going crazy. So
he had it made in
there. Oh God. So I just jumped from 7 to basically my high school years when I said that. You know what I mean? But that's how long that, you know what I mean, I was just doing random shit. You
Just
know
the
what I mean?
work and just the progression and just the process of you building and molding.
But I didn't know that though. I was just, to my knowledge, I was just trying random shit. You know what I mean? And I started rapping. And I only started rapping because I heard my niggas rapping. You know what I mean?
Right. And
then one nigga in ISS, man, he had, actually, man, it was a nigga I was beefing with, you know what I mean? But we got ISS at the same time, and he was writing rap. I'm like, what you doing? Man, I'm writing a rap. I'm like, yeah. But he's like, man, you want to hear? I'm like, yeah. And that shows me. I'm in here for 5 days. So it was like, that. That was the first day. And he was remixing it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. Yeah, you know what I mean? He was remixing that bit, but he remixed it his way though. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, that shit hard. I'm like, you try something. So I was just doing, I just jotted down a bunch of shit. By the end of my ISS, like on the 5th day, I had a notebook front to back page all the way through. But I wrote one rap. That was one rap. I would just write the shit. Damn. And then I keep adding on. So like every day I add some on. And I would just write back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so like when niggas would ask me to rap, bro, I'm going
through it. They damn. So when is it a hook in here?
Like, but nobody knew shit like that though. You know what I mean? So like nobody really knew shit like that. So like they thinking, oh, he going crazy. So it became a battle of who had the longest raps, and then it became a battle of who had the most metaphors in the rap. And you know, we in school, so niggas know what metaphors is. You know what I mean?
You started off writing more than 16 bars.
Hell yeah, but I was already a good writer though, so I feel like I was writing like stories, little mini stories. I used to like write letters to the president on bullying and shit like that. I actually got a little certificate from I think George Bush, bro. You know what I mean? When I wrote
humanitarian type shit.
Wrong guy, you know what I mean? So I was writing little stories and shit, you know what I mean? So when they told me to rap is like a story, I'm like, alright, you know what I mean? So I'm just writing, but I'm telling the story, you know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't no fucking Dougie Fresh type thing, but like my shit made sense though, you know what I mean? It was a long ass story. And then my cousin put me on, he's like, how many bars you want to write a song? Because he was actually getting on the song. I'm like, the fuck is a bar? Right. He's like, it's like a sentence, like 16 sentences. I'm like, damn. He's like, it's just the way you word the sentences to the beat. So like 16 bars, 16 sentences. Or you can chop up 16 bars to 8. You know what I mean? Meaning like the way you say it. So you can make every rhyming word every other 2 sentences that would make it 8 bars. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So you can split it up in certain ways. You know what I mean? You can switch the cadence every 4.
Man, you just taught me. Shit, I ain't know nothing about that.
Yeah, you just gotta say 16 sentences on the beat, though. And then, so that's a bar. That's a verse. You know what I mean? So he put me on that, and after that shit, man, I started going crazy. You know what I mean? I went from recording to that 16 track thing to actually recording, putting tape in the little cassette tapes and putting them in the little cassette player, press play and record at the same time.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? I went from that. Like I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of like how cold this shit though, because that, like they used to 99.1 had this before they had local rappers. They had producers. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
But what? Yeah. Every time they would play every Saturday they would play like 3 or 4 beats from producers. You know what I mean? What? Play and record at the same time. I had a whole mixtape of that shit. You know
off of just local motherfucking producers beats.
You know what I mean? But like, I'm just trying to put you in a perspective of how, I ain't gonna say naive, but just how like effortless, but effortful or how whatever. You know what I mean? I didn't unknowingly know that I was teaching myself how to do shit like this.
You was putting in like timeless effort, but like slowly but surely, like you was paving the way for yourself, but
right, I didn't have
no end goal.
I didn't have no purpose. I wasn't trying to be no.
You didn't even know what you was doing it for at that
None
moment.
of that, bro. You know what I mean? So I was just like, damn. You know what I mean?
But did you know that your heart was in music though? Is that why it was?
Why my heart wasn't in music, bro? It was in basketball. Like,
so you was just intrigued by what you was learning, and you just wanted to learn more.
It was something to do. You know what I mean? Like, I know how to draw too. You know what I mean? Like,
damn. A lot of people don't know that. Huh?
Yeah, I want to be an architect. Ain't no cap.
Damn.
Yeah, I want to be an architect from like kindergarten, 1st grade to like probably like my freshman year.
See, I like hearing stuff like that from the come from artists, because a lot of artists portray themselves like, oh shit, rap shit. I'm a street nigga that's just, or this music shit. I'm doing this shit because shit, this shit like, you actually had goals and ambitions before you actually said, "Fuck it, let me put my all into this music and see what it gives me."
I like structuring things. Bro. That's what I got. That's what I got out of like just anything I wanted to do. I like the structure of things. You know what I mean? So like with sports, I just like how they was organized and structured. I like that it had numbers. I like that it had categories. I like that it had, you know what I mean, like accolades. You know what I mean? So with baseball you got an RBI. You know what I mean? With basketball you got points. You know what I mean? With football you got the receiving or the rushing or you know what I mean? Like stuff like track, you got the distances in a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? You got the routes, the ways you go. The same thing with basketball and football. You got the routes and plays and stuff. It's all a structure. You know what I mean? If you structure it right, it'll go well. You know what I mean? So like, same thing with draw. You know what I mean? I was just so fascinated with the structure of things. So like, when music, when I learned how to make beats, and I ran into Fruity Loop, I'm like, damn, put this shit together and it come out like that. You know what I mean? Then I started rapping like, damn, let me put shit together and come out like that. You know what I mean? So when I got to high school, you know what I mean, I had put me together a little 10-track mixtape. You know, put 10 of them bitches in the bag, went out to the Philly Dollar, bought me the little 10 CD pack, burned my own CDs. It was called Giddy.
Yeah, you remember that?
What? It was 2010.
Okay.
I remember, I thought it was gonna take off. You know what I mean? I thought it was gonna take off. I made the whole Yahoo.
Now, what grade were you in at this time?
I was a freshman. No,
So,
I was a sophomore, I think. Sophomore. Just in my sophomore year.
so we still in high school with it. Now, with you making that first mixtape, Get It, like, did you feel like you put your everything into that?
No, I just had fun with it, man. And when made me want to take it to school is because people kept asking me to rap for them. I'm like, I got songs, you know what I mean? They're like, let me hear one.
Right.
And back then, let me hear one was rap, you know what I mean? Like, well, here, rap it. But if you can't, I was the only nigga, I was the only nigga in high school that came with the CDs. Yup. Anybody else do this shit? Maybe Zig and Shaquille, they probably did. But before that, I still was the first one. Yup, I ain't gonna cap, I'm not with that. But anyway, oh God, I came with the bitch in the backpack.
You wear your crown, man. Shit.
And niggas was like, let me hear you rap. I'm like, man, why don't you go listen to me rap? You know what I mean? Right. So it's like, hell yeah. So like, motherfuckers start coming back to school, quoting my shit. I'm like, oh y'all, so you, and then the shit they quoting is like maybe track 7 or track 8, so I know they listen.
So y'all listen to it,
oh,
right?
God,
So I know y'all listen to it, right?
So then it got to the point where motherfuckers like, man, hey, rap song. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, all right. My nigga, the Quan Crockett, man, I'm giving his props because he actually was the one that made me keep writing. Because like every history class, he was like, hey man, what rap song for me? Like, bet. And it got to the point where I started writing shit and couldn't wait to get to history class so he could ask me. Because once I started rapping, motherfuckers everybody quiet and they won't listen to me and shit like that, you know what I mean? Oh, bet, you know what I mean? So like, shit, I just,
the attention was on you.
oh God, you know what I mean? So all of that was meaningless to me at that time. You know what I mean? Even the presidency, you know, shit, and all that. That shit was meaningless because like I didn't have those dreams. I actually got a scholarship to Ball State for 4 years, but I didn't go.
What was the scholarship for?
Writing.
For writing?
Yes. That just remember I told you I wrote the stories and stuff?
Yeah.
And I got them certificates. I got a scholarship off that.
Damn, you got a scholarship off that,
Yeah.
man. So you was really applying yourself in school. You wasn't slacking up.
Hell no, what man? Yeah, you can talk to all my teachers, they'll tell you like this nigga like if he the times he came to class, and that was just after sophomore year. But other than that, like yeah, like when he ain't sleeping class and paying attention to class, cool. And I always been a firm believer like nigga, none of that shit is hard if you pay attention. You know what I mean? Like if you miss something, then yeah, it's gonna be difficult. And if you purposely miss something, it's gonna be extra difficult.
Right.
But if you pay attention, it's right there. You know, it's like a blueprint. So when you get homework, you just apply your homework to what you've seen in class. And you won't have to do nothing. So I'll be done with my homework by the end of class. You know what I mean?
All the youngsters that's out there that's listening to this, I hope y'all heard that part.
I tell my daughter that all the time, like, hey, all you gotta do is pay attention. You know what I mean? If you don't understand, ask a question. Ask a question. You know what I mean? It don't hurt. Like, it don't make you get a lower grade, or it don't make you slow or stupid. You know what I mean? Yo, I don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Now, when in high school and you was getting the good grades and stuff, now did that make you popular, or how was high school?
I was a class clown, bro.
You was a class clown. You was a funny guy.
Boy,
so you was still getting all your stuff done, but you was a still funny motherfucker.
Bro, I was funny as hell, bro. I was funny as hell, not in the sense of like I wasn't a joke. I wasn't like cracking jokes and shit like that. My energy is funny. You know what I mean? Yeah, I try to sell weed in school. I'll tell you that.
You was all over the place.
I tried to sell weed in school. Fuck that up.
I mean, but that's how you got to be. You got to have your hands in 6 different motherfucking pots if you trying to make it, man.
Hey, but look though, I'm just a little quick story. I was working at a car wash across the street from the school, down the street from my house, and I would get paid $65 a week. Now my main man, my brother, you know what I mean, was coming to the, you know what I mean, he was coming to the joint with the loaves, you know what I mean? He had like ounces for 60, so I'm like, I get 65 a week, I'm about to go crazy.
Right.
And then, I mean, you flip that, you like go 85, 90, and then you just keep flipping it until you profit off the money. I'm like, nigga, this shit sound like cake.
Right, gave you the recipe real quick, like, why not?
Now, it worked for a minute. It worked one time, I ain't gonna cap. It worked one time, I flipped that, I went back, got me another 60, had like $20, $30 profit. Mm-hmm. In high school, nigga, that was bags of chips at lunch, nigga.
Oh, man.
The gas station, it was a gas station outside the school, nigga. I'm outside. I want to Slurpee here, you know what I mean? I'm going crazy. That was the first time, the only time ever it worked. And after that, like I said, I was funny, bro, with my action. So people be asking me, hey, let me get a gram in school. And I'm like, yo, we in school. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what this is. Bro, I'm putting $5 nicks in math books, but I'm eyeballing these bitches.
You on some Tariq St. Patrick shit.
Hey, but I'm eyeballing these, but I don't know what I'm doing, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, so you giving out?
Bro, what?
Oh shit.
Bro, oh, yeah.
Oh, you Ace Boogie when he first started, bro. Oh shit. You feeding them.
I was giving niggas everything.
They get dubs for $5. Come from the bitch.
What, bro? I remember Mexican dude asked me. I was trying to pay attention in biology because I know that if I miss the session that the lady was teaching, that I'm gonna fail. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to pay attention. It's like, yeah, let me get a nick. I said, no. He said, let me get some weed. I said, bro, look, I'm not finna stop doing what I'm doing for $5. He's like, bro, I got 20. I'm like, oh shit. I gave him the bag though. I gave him the bag and I was like, man, just take whatever you need. I didn't know what I was doing, bro.
Oh,
I didn't know what I was doing, bro.
$20 all you can get?
Bro, what niggas was, bro, after I did that, that's when my shit declined, bro, because everybody started hitting me like that. Like, man, Benji eyeballing everything. He ain't stealing nothing. So, like, and I smoke too. So, like, I'm tricking.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Man.
I'm tricking. Who won't smoke? I don't need. And then I still, like, even when I was smoking then, I still want a big smokers. So, like, I'm finishing half blunts. And it was like the midday. So,
oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah. I was only smoking half blunts and shit. And I was just giving shit to people. So, yeah. That wasn't for me. I tried game banging. Shit wasn't for me. Nah.
I mean, and that's the good thing, man. At least you honest. You know what I'm saying? Some people will still keep trying until it get them somewhere they don't want to be or end them up without their life, man.
I never felt like I had to prove myself.
You was always being who?
I was always accepting of me. You know what I mean? So like, even if I felt the way about myself, I accepted it. You know what I mean? So like, I never felt the way about myself, by the way. But
yeah,
I'm just saying that was my point of view. So whatever a nigga thought of me, I just, you know what I mean? Shit, I was fighting and throwing them things with niggas too. So it wasn't like I was no hoe or nothing. But I stayed out of shit that I had no business in. You know what I mean? So like, I was doing kick those and shit, but that shit wasn't for me. You know what I mean? I was skipping school and I love school. So when I was skipping school to do a kick those, then we gotta hide out for the rest of the day. You know what I mean? And then we gotta
shit wasn't paying you
no,
nothing,
bro.
Right.
And then 9 out of 10, I'm hitting licks with niggas and shit, and we throwing shit. I'm throwing them most of the merchandise. Like, man, yeah, y'all can have that. You know what I mean? Just give me this. And it's just like, man, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, that shit don't.
Something that's out your character, man.
That shit don't pay me no mind, bro.
You know what I mean?
I knew it wasn't for me, bro. When it was funny that I was doing kick those and stealing computers from school.
You still
I was still on the Macs.
school?
When they first got the Macs, bro, I was out of there, nigga. What? What?
Hey,
I'm walking down Mishawaka Avenue with that bitch.
Hey, see,
hot as
man.
hell, but I stayed on the street, so I wasn't tripping.
Oh, gosh.
But I knew that shit wasn't for me when people thought it was funny the first 2 times I did it. And then I did it like 4, 5 other times. And one fool was just like, bro, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
That's kind of like people telling, like people letting you know, like, bro, that's not you. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
or
Like,
stupid, you know what I
because
mean?
they're not taking you serious what
Right.
you're doing.
You know what I mean?
It's not cool, whatever you're doing. Like, we laughing at you, not with you. And when you
Okay.
understand that, that's what make you be like, oh, yeah, let me stop doing that. Because I realize y'all not on my side with the shit. Y'all having a blast laughing at me.
It just made me think about it myself, though. Like you look stupid. Like I was telling myself that, nigga, you look dumb, bro. Like you walking down the thing, it's the same shit we seen crackheads and shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
With the
And
TVs and the refrigerators and the fucking radiators and shit. So I'm like, bro, like you don't want to be that nigga. I told myself that. I didn't wait till nobody told me that. It just, they made me realize, like, you know what I mean? It was funny, and I wasn't doing it because it was funny to me. I did it because I wanted to, you know what I mean? And the first 2 times I made some bread off it too. After that, I was just like, man, okay, the bread stopped because they started locking the
Wait, was you able to sell those though?
You know what?
Damn.
So, yeah, that's because right before, like I ain't gonna say before Wi-Fi, but it was basically before Wi-Fi, like before Wi-Fi was really popular. So like
AOL days. And
yeah,
shit.
so niggas wasn't taking it to the crib and hooking it to the internet. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and they
okay.
wasn't tracking shit like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Nowadays you steal some shit, boy. They know
Motherfuckers
who
at the
you
crib
is.
playing Oregon Trail and shit.
Oh man, what? But most of the niggas were trying to do music. I never understood that though. I was that shit. You know what I mean? The little 140, little 150. I was saying like it started that stop. I just started looking at myself like, man, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Stop doing that shit. The game making shit. I started seeing niggas get waxed, niggas get beat up. I'm like, it's not me because you know what I mean. Wrong niggas do that with me. I'm not gonna play with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I can see also that can trick yourself off the street. You know what I mean? Doing that shit. So I did that. You know what I mean? I just stuck to the hoes in school. You know what I mean? I left it at that. And then shit. My baby mom ended up pregnant. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Ended up pregnant. She ended up pregnant. Actually, she ended up pregnant my freshman year, bro.
Freshman
You know what I
year.
mean? But she got an abortion. And then,
Oh damn.
yeah, but
It's tough.
that won't stop the shit.
Right.
The next year, you know, I know her parents hated because she white.
Oh
Whatever.
damn. Yeah. Right back in it. There.
Hello. It's
Next
me again,
year,
you know
it's
what I
me
mean?
again, right back in there. You know what I'm saying? They didn't stop nothing.
But my scholarship, that's why I didn't go to college, just because I had my daughter. And it just, at first I got a job, and then I was doing good at school. I was doing decent in school. I ain't gonna say really good, but I was doing decent. To the point where I can graduate. And I got a job in the summer of my incoming senior year. And it was like, yeah, if you do good this semester, you can graduate early. And you can just work, you know, you can work the rest of your senior year type shit. I'm like, all right, bet. And I just let my job get in the way, and then, you know what I mean, I started talking to my mom, and she was like, you know what I mean, son, like, you gotta think, you can't probably be doing sports right now, you know what I mean, you're gonna work. So, I'm like, all right, so I was stop doing football, stop trying to do baseball, stop trying to do wrestling and swimming. And I was like, well, fuck it. I'm gonna thug it out at this McDonald's, you know what I mean? And did that, you know what I mean? Didn't go to college. You know, I regret going to college in a way, you know what I mean? I'm in college now, though, it's like shit. But,
Well, that's
you know
good.
what I
You
mean?
still pursuing it. You know what I'm saying? You never gave up. That's
Nah,
that's
you know,
good, man.
It don't matter
You
where
still pushing it, man. That's what's up, man. You still motivated to go to school with that, with everything that you still got on your plate at this day.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's good, man.
Yeah, it don't matter where you start, man. It's about when you finish. You know what I mean? So if you never finish, then you always regret it. So, you know what I mean? Fuck it. You know, I go to school now. So, but I dropped out of school my senior year, literally, like 33 credits. I only needed 40 to graduate. You know what I mean? So I tweaked out with that. I ain't gonna lie. But I dropped out, got my own apartment before I even got out, before I turned 18. And it just was doing it from there. I still was doing music and shit, you know what I mean? I still was doing music shit, but I wasn't taking it super serious, you know what I mean? What made me take it serious was when I got pulled up on it, you know what I mean? Like when I realized that, I realized before I got pulled up on it, what I can do with the music and where to take it. You know what I mean? I didn't have no direction though. You know? And I didn't even know where I wanted to go myself. But when we dropped Pull Up On You and that shit started doing this the way it did, I started realizing that's when I'm like, damn, all them nights where I didn't, you know what I mean, from shit, from when I first told you, know what I mean, performing with my cousins, you know,
Right.
to staying up late nights and rapping for niggas and doing all that shit and reading up on
Leaving
the
the ladies
business.
on stuck in the
You know,
bed, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
All that good
that
stuff.
shit, you know what I mean, all that shit really, it's like a hard drive. And I'm a vivid, I remember things, like, you know what I mean, like, I remember things, so like, it's crazy when we start doing that wave, so I'm like, yo, this is where it's at, you know what I mean, this
Right.
is
It's
where
lit.
I found my formula, you know what I mean, and shit, it's been up ever since, you know what I mean.
Now, what you speaking on Pull Up On You, how did the group, because a lot of people probably want to know, you know what I'm saying, how did y'all form the group? 574 Dream Team.
Me and Aries, I actually met him. I been knew him from Adams, like when we went to school. It's like I knew Beezy, you know what I mean, when we going to school. It's because me and Beezy were friends in school type shit. Like he was a class pound. He was, you know what I mean, he's something about weed. So okay. And so we was already cool off that, you know what I mean? But I didn't even know he knew Aries. I just fucked with Aries on my own when I tried to go back to school after my senior year, you know what I mean? And I walked on the bus with my laptop making beats. You know, they make beats, I'm like, yeah, and I let him hear it. And he was like, man, this shit hard, man. What you doing after school? I'm like, shit, this. And he's like, I'm gonna get off at your stop, we gonna work. And shit, we was working, you know what I mean? I don't even been with that one. Could've found out, man, our family's been inside, you know what I mean, been intertwined with each other since shit that we was young, so it's crazy. But man, we was creating music and shit. I think he fell off at after he had his baby, you know what I mean? I still kept going, but I wasn't in a beat like that. But shit, I made the Pull Up On You, man. It was only me originally by myself. I made the Pull Up On You, man, and Beezy, he was staying out of town at this time, and I was like, can I get a feature? He's like, yeah. I was like, it may not be some shit that you rap, like it's the new shit type. You know what I mean? Because I didn't really know him to do no female songs.
So he was already rapping as well?
Oh, yeah, he's doing you know what I mean? And so like, I'm like, damn, I gotta get him on track. So I was like, I didn't know you rap and rules. He's like, yeah, man, just send it to me. I'm just what I can do. I'm like, I bet. So he sent it to me. I just knew I didn't want another nigga that's gonna try to sing on it. I knew he was gonna rap on that bitch. So I sent it to him. And he sent it back, and I was like, "Oh shit, this shit hard." And so I was in the fucking Riley's line, bro. Like 11 o'clock at night. I'm in the Riley's line, man. And it was like these 5 ladies at the window in the little area. I was like, "Hey man, let me play this song for y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think." So they were like, "Bet." So I just played on the hook, and then I played the Beezy part. And they was like, "That sounds good. That sounds good. Who's that?" I'm like, "That's me." You know what I mean? Like, "Oh yeah, keep going. That shit sounds good." I'm like, "Bet." But then I'm like, I'm about to drop it. So it's supposed to be just me and Beezy, you know what I mean? And then Aries hit me like a day before I was about to drop it and was like, man, you got room for another verse on there, can I hop on? If not, it's cool, like it's fine. And I'm like, bet. I'm like, yeah, I got you. You can just hop on the front, you know what I mean? You just hop on the front and be verse in the front, my verse, whatever. And it's been right like that. He's like, bet. So he did his verse, that shit was actually hard as fuck. And shit, I just dropped it with no like intentional, you know what I mean, making it go crazy. And that shit just, I went back to look at it after we dropped it at January 1st, 2015, literally like 12:03 or something like that. And I went and looked at it January 1st on 2016. That was like 24K. I was like, damn, and we was already trying to do the video, but that failed. So I really wasn't, we tried to do the video 2015 November. And it failed, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, fuck it. We just ain't gonna fuck with it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, we're just gonna drop another song, which was No Ceilings. We dropped No Ceilings January 1st, 2016. And so I didn't know how impacted it was. I seen 24K, that was my biggest number ever. So I'm like, damn, people listen to this shit.
They fucking with
Oh God. So we go to a house party for the New Year's Eve thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. For the New Year's Day or whatever. and they playing no ceilings in the party. Now,
Damn,
keep
so
it.
you walk in a party and they playing y'all shit?
Man, they playing our shit, but bro, no one, they wasn't really in starstruck as I was. Man. You know what I mean? I looked at my other homie that was with me at the time. I looked at him, I'm like, bro, hold up. I hear the I'm like, man, hold up. Man. I'm like, man, somebody done did this beat. I'm like, somebody done did this beat too, because it's just the piano playing in the beginning. I'm like, man, somebody done did this beat. And I hear the Stallion, you know, and motherfuckers singing that shit. I'm like, bro, this shit crazy. At this time, nobody know who I am, bro. Like, I done been with BZ and Ears. And we, like, motherfuckers like, man, that new Twitch, I got that pull up on you hard as fuck, bro. And like, whoever that other dude on me, he going crazy. Like, damn, bitch, why ain't here?
Damn, so you with the other guys that's on the track.
Bro, yeah, it was a
multiple occasions, and people were complimenting them on this song that's pretty much yours.
Bro.
And they looking past you because they don't know who you are.
Bro, it's to the point where I asked, bro, and I'm like, and Eris can tell you this, I don't know, BZ, but I asked him, like, bro, why do people, like, they say something to y'all about the song, but they don't never say it to me, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, like, I'm on it too, it's supposed to be my song, you know what I mean? But it was, though, before we
right, it was right, because it's your song, right?
And Eris told me, he could have said, man, bro, get off that shit. But he was like, man, look, bro, what time gonna come, you know what I mean? Like, people gotta get to know you gotta get out here more, move somebody, say less, you know what I mean? I took that and ran with it. And shit, we dropped that Pull Up On You video 2016, boy.
Now, what was the whole inspiration behind the Pull Up On You video? Because that wasn't no normal just, all right, let's drop something because they like it. Like, y'all actually had some thought. Y'all had the ladies in there. Y'all, like, was it a hassle to even shoot that then? Because it was so much, it was so many people, and it looked like y'all were in, like, a hotel or something.
Yeah, we shot it twice. We had to shoot. We tried to shoot it in November. And we got kicked out the hotel. And then we had to once we seen that the numbers was good on it, I was like, well, we need to shoot it again. You know, we need to at least shoot it again or finish it. And so, you know what I mean, Jimmy was like, shit, if we finish, I still got the footage. I'm like, bet, you know what I mean? So we ended up finishing it, you know what I mean, and shit. And it went up from there, you know what I mean? It went up from there. We planned on, we strategized and created a plan on how to drop it and where to drop it. You know what I mean? And luckily, we got good feedback and bad feedback, but it was good publicity nonetheless, you know what I mean? Like, that shit actually made it work even harder. And then shit.
How did y'all come with the name? 574DreamTeam.
Shit, man, we discussed so many names. I don't remember. I can't pinpoint the ones we discussed. Them bitches was white though. I ain't gonna lie. I even thought 574DreamTeam was white. I hated anything with the 574 in it because it gave me a local feel.
It narrowed you to just
you know.
I can understand that.
Like, you know what I mean? I know you got like the 504 boys and shit like that, but bro, they ain't even like. So, you know what I mean? I was thinking shit like that, like, bro, I don't wanna, like, we can do Dream Team, but I don't wanna do 504. And they was like, we can think about it. I'm like, man, fuck it, if majority of y'all just wanna go with that, then we can go with that, you know what I mean? I'm with it. It's not like I'm against it, but shit,
yeah, want your
I didn't want it to be no
factor to be like, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't want it to be no SBI boys or no shit like that. So I'm like,
SBI Dream Team.
Oh God, let's go with that.
That would have been different right there.
Yeah, man, I don't think it would
that would have sounded like some South End Globetrotters or something.
It was cool though, you know what I mean? But
now with Pull Up On You, it was just the three of you guys. Now how many people were actually in the group at the time?
Well, the way me and bro presented it to us was the way Eris presented it to me. Cause he was the one that came up with the idea. He's like, man, we should click up, like we should join groups or something, you know what I mean? Like, and it was RSL, and me and I had my nigga Doughboy and 30 folk, you know what I mean? And he was like, man, they can come with you, like, it ain't no shit like that, let's just join and make this music together. I'm like, I'm most definitely with it, you know what I mean? I actually ended up falling out, well, not falling out, but like, it just became distant with 34 and Doughboy, you know what I mean? Like that. Actually, Doughboy wasn't in the team, but he became distant too.
So in the end, like at the time, were they still in? At the time of Pull Up On You, were they still in the group?
34 was kind of like already distant, but Doughboy was most definitely with me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That was doing 2015, and so No, it was a little bit after, yeah, a little bit after 2016, you know, and me and Bro became district. So it was just me, Aries, Beezy, and Ryan, and Teezy at the time. And then I actually brought Bombay Tate and Flamo in. Like, I went and personally got them. You know what I mean? My brother was the one that told me to stick with Tate, you know what I mean? Tate actually was cool. Like, I met him through my cousin that died, RP.
RP your cousin, that's all good.
I met Tate through him. Like, I heard my cousin on one of Tate tracks. I'm like, bro, who the fuck this nigga is going crazy? And that's fucking Tate, you know what I mean?
Oh, so your cousin was a rapper?
No, no, he was, Tate did a tribute for their homie. They got a homie together that died. And my cousin was on the end just talking, but he shared it. And I was just checking new music out, like I do that all the time. You know, so I was just listening, he was going crazy. I'm like, man. And then I heard my cousin's voice, and I'm like, man, hold up. I called him and he put me on. You know, I linked with Tate, and Tate came through. And it was actually a day I really went for the musical. Him and my brother was doing some shit together, like we going through beats, rapping to each other and shit. And my brother fucked with him. He was like, man, you should bring me around, bro. Like, he real good people. So I just pulled Flamo and. Actually, Flamo was in Atlanta at the time. And I had him hopped on the song 100. I had him to the verse for that. And that was actually my song by myself before I made the group song.
Right.
And so I told him, man, you know, we just created this group. What you think about this group? He's like, man, hey, look, I'm ready to come home and get started. So, you know what I mean? Came home. I sat down with him and Tate, and I was like, I don't want to be no boss. I don't want to be no manager, but I got a plan. If I just listen and follow. You know what I mean?
Right.
Say later. And shit, it became Dream Team. They started hopping on shit, you know what I mean? And shit, that's how Dream Team was formed.
Yeah, so we'll pull up on you then, y'all first bang out, smash hit off the back type shit. What did y'all follow up with? No Ceilings?
Yeah, yep, No Ceilings. You know, that's when we threw our first like party with the tape release and stuff, with the mixtape dropping and everything. Okay. And then that party actually funded us to go to Florida. We were supposed to open up for Boosie, and then we did the Poppy video out in Orlando, you know what I mean? And that's when we were with Poppy, you know what I mean? That was actually the first song on every member of it, you know what I mean? Every rapper.
After that though, what was the next move for y'all? Like, what was the next move y'all did after the whole Miami thing? Cause when y'all was in Miami, did y'all do a tour then, or?
Well, no, we actually go to Miami. We just went to Orlando. You know what I mean?
Orlando.
Yeah, but after that, shit, we threw another party and we went out to Cali and shot 100 and the Fun video.
Oh shit! Hey, I remember Fun. Fun was a banger too.
Thank you. Actually, Jimmy Ball, he helped with that, but I can't wait to. This is what we should do.
Man, yeah. Hey, y'all got a lot of videos. See, the thing I noticed with y'all videos, man, is y'all put a lot of creative thought behind it. Was that y'all as a group, or was that the director?
No, it was both. I ain't gonna lie, it was a little bit of both. You know what I mean? Like, it was a little bit of both. You know what I mean? We never wanted to have a simple. It just couldn't be simple. You know what I mean? We was actually supposed to shoot Poppy in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Man, bro, you don't understand.
That would have been crazy.
Man, you understand.
Damn.
You understand, man.
Hey, yeah. That would have been
You know,
crazy
like,
for Poppy, man. No lie.
Great.
What was your favorite song out of Dream Team?
100 had to be still my, like, I feel like that's the best, like one of the best songs I wrote today. But one of the favorite songs from Dreams would have to be.
Out of all the Dream Team songs, man, what you gonna call it for?
Oh, These Hoes, I gotta go with that. I gotta go with that.
That these songs for everybody.
Yeah, that bitch is so crazy.
Hey, that
like,
shit is so
still
crazy.
hard. I
You look like the type. What you say?
look like the type that say it, bitch.
Okay.
It's so hard. It's shit hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that bitch still go crazy, man. You still got Dream Team music that y'all haven't released?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. That is that, like, you know what I mean? We got so much shit that we do release. And we make drops, so we make new songs. You know what I mean? Only time I can tell.
Now, what, like, cause I don't, you know what I'm saying, I ain't trying to cut you off, but I know with the Dream Team thing, I don't want to make that be the whole topic of discussion. But like, what happened? Like, was it just not time it anymore? Like everybody, like what? How did it end? Like what happened? Because I know a lot of people want to know.
I put it like this, you know what I mean? It was a group of niggas with the same end goal, same, you know what I mean? We wanted the same thing. But when you don't understand, sometimes other people have to walk a different path from you, you know what I mean? So like, some people may get to where they're going faster than you, some may take a longer time than you, you know what I mean? Or you luck up and get the nigga that's walking the same path as you and y'all get together, you know what I mean? But things happen like that, man, you know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people like to think like egos and money issues and inner problems. We ain't never had no issue like that, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
said that, man. Like, is it any beefs, inner beefs, any animosities, any, like, what y'all looking like now, man?
We still move like brothers, you know what I mean? We still, man, we are brothers, you know what I mean? And that'll never change because we built that, you know what I mean? We built that. The music shit we was doing for fun, we was just happy to be around some niggas that wanted the same thing at that particular time, you know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? We didn't de-band or disband because of problems with each other. We all had a life, you know what I mean? We all had a life. You know what I mean? And things happen in different lives, you know what I mean? And it affect people, you know what I mean? So like, it affect people in a way to where it's like, okay, I need to go a different way. You know what I mean? And if you can't be grown enough to say, I need to go a different way, you know what I mean? You should have been there in the first place, you know what I mean? You need to grow the fuck up. But we ain't never been like that, you know what I mean? But in my opinion, I don't want to say that. In my opinion, some people, it did have a lot to do with people not listening and not trying to understand each other, you know what I mean? That's what helped hurt the vision, you know what I mean? The end thing was why we slowed up on it and it's currently not in effect and active is because we all have different paths that we have to walk on. That's one, you know what I mean? That's the main thing. It ain't because people didn't listen that it didn't work like that. It ain't because we didn't understand each other it didn't work like that. That was just things that happened, you know what I mean, inside. So like, when it was time for business, it wasn't as fun as it was anymore, you know what I mean? So it's just like I said, it's just certain shit like that. So when you talk about business, and then you gotta learn how to separate the personal from business, you know what I mean? And then when you do separate the personal from business, then you gotta figure out how to make that personal either it has to contribute to your business, you know what I mean? Or you can't let it distract you from your business, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, because they say don't mix business with personal, but sometimes I mean this business, you can take this business personal because it's your life. You know what I mean? So like I take what I do.
You got a passion for this shit or something like that, man.
Or
not just vision may be
not just a passion.
A little steeper than something.
Or not just a passion, because passion is like that's just something like you love. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just something that you genuinely. You know what I mean? Now your business though, that's different. You know what I mean? Now don't mix personal with business. Don't mix your personal with your business, but what if your business is personal? You know what I mean? This is how I live, this is how I eat, you know what I mean? Whoop, you know what I mean? So, my personal shit had to be on point for this to be work, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying when I say people will listen to understanding each other. It's like, you know what I mean? It was kind of hard when people had different views and different, I mean not different views, but different perspectives. You know what I mean? We all had the same goal, we all had the same where we want to be, but they had a different perspective and meaning on how to get there. You know what I mean? Understanding. And it was more like, well, shit, if it don't work this way, it's not gonna work that way. You know what I mean? And instead of people saying, well, shit, let's try it your way, and if it don't work that way, we try it this way. Hopefully, like, shit, if it ain't working that way, then we ain't doing it. You know what I mean? So it was just shit like that. And it just all boiled down to like, we have lives. You know what I mean? We all grown men. You know what I mean? We all have to start thinking like, damn, it can't just be for the fun no more. You know what I mean?
We gotta be for the end goal now.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
But But to clear the air though, there's no animosity, there's no issues, there's no problem.
No,
Like, it's still good.
If you hear different, it's why. We don't move like that, you know what I mean? I met each one of them, my brother's mamas, so I take that very personal. You know what I mean? So it'll never be no shit like that. You know
I mean, if the people that's watching go back and look, man, at the last vlog that we posted with you not too long ago, man, everybody was here, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the only person that wasn't here was my man's AR, man. Shout out to AR Capone, man, you know what I'm saying? But that's for other reasons, you know what I mean? There wasn't nothing in pertaining to y'all, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? That's good to hear, though. I just wanted to make sure that we had that out in the air, and I asked that question before people say, man, why you ain't ask that question? You know what I'm saying?
Like, I mean, you're not gonna see everybody together. Like, you rarely gonna see everybody together. Everybody got their own thing going on. I mean, everybody got their own thing going on. 574DreamTeam wasn't just a music group. It's how we was living. You know what I mean? So it's a forever thing. You know?
Now, speaking on groups, though, would you ever do a group again?
No.
No, nigga. I feel you though.
No,
man. Once you didn't gave it that, you know what I'm saying? You didn't gave it a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just can't put the big role in groups is responsibility. You know what I mean? So I can't get that to another nigga again. I can't.
Right.
In that way, see, I can't put that on another man and be like, bro, well, I gotta do this because, so you gotta be like, why don't I just do it myself? You know what I mean? I come back to that, though. You know what I mean? I come back to that, like I said, you know what I mean? You might drop a Dream Team shit or something here.
I was just gonna say, no, man, y'all got so many songs I'm feeling that y'all got just sitting. Can we get that in like a deluxe, a 2 CD?
Look, bro, in due time,
can we just get the music? Damn, look, I'm trying, people. I'm trying to get it from you.
In due time, well, it can't, like, I can't put no word on it. I'm gonna definitely step, though, that, you know what I mean, I can put a step on the fact that I'm working, you know what I mean? But I can't speak for everybody else, you know what I mean? I can't, it's like, with the group shit, I can't, you know what I mean? I can't speak for everybody else's perspectives and everybody else's intentions and what they got on their agenda. I can't speak for that, you know what I mean? So that's why let's go do this, I'm gonna do this, and you go do that, you know what I mean? We meet back here when we ready, type shit. You feel me?
Right. Now, speaking of working, man, what you working on now?
Right now, recently, as of recently, I just been writing. You know what I mean? I write for other artists. Like I write for YouTubers. I wrote for Cardi B before. I wrote for Megan Thee Stallion before.
Yeah.
That's a fact. You know what I mean? Like,
wait, this is shit that you can talk about. We're not gonna act we're not gonna get into your business and be trying to dig on songs.
It's on my resume though, you know what I mean? So I'm
gonna okay, shit, that's where it count at.
Well, most definitely.
Yeah, it's on your resume though.
It's on my resume, so I'm gonna say that, you know what I mean? But those have been the two main people I wrote for. But other than that, I write for like a bunch of famous YouTubers, you know what I mean? Like some of people's favorite YouTubers. That's what I do. That's what my job is now. My business is now. You know what I mean? That's what I do. As far as music though, I'm about to drop my first EP in March called No Love Letters.
It's called what?
No Love Letters.
No Love Letters.
Yeah.
So we can expect some of that Benji Hardaway,
Oh yeah, you feel me? Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Some of that pain. How you be channeling that shit, man? Because that seemed like a different, like, I don't know, do you just leave that in the studio, in the booth, or like, is that something that just like be built up and you just be like, I need to go to the booth and just
I don't know.
shit out?
I ain't gonna lie, I do not know. I don't literally write my song, you know what I mean? I let the atmosphere talk to me, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that on some weird, like,
No.
I just like, you know what I mean? What the energy, you know what I mean? Like, how am I feeling? You know what I mean? What I feel about, and I write it off that. You know what I mean? I don't write about my feelings. I don't write about what I do. I don't write about how my life is going. I write the experience. You know what I mean? Because you may be going through the same thing, but in a different way. But you can feel the energy off the experience. I ain't gotta tell you what I'm going through for you to feel it. You know what I mean?
Which I'm sure it's a lot of people that can relate to your music, man, and that's why you got a following like you do, man. Now, what's the last What's the last CD you put out, man? Cause I know you got a lot of music that's on Apple Music, but like, what's the
I
last?
put that out since 2019. That was. Oh, actually, did I put something on last year? I think I put something on last year, like Guerrilla Warfare. That was my last thing I put out.
And that got some heat on it too, man. I be
Yeah,
playing. I mean, I know you probably be seeing my snaps sometime, man. I get in my zone, man. Be playing that Benji Hardaway, get to singing along and shit. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
slept on, man. It's slept on, but it's alright. In due time, man. In due
You
time.
feel like your music slept on?
No. In a way. In a way, no. Nah, I don't think so. I do think a lot of people think there's probably some niggas that feel like I'm gassed, you know what I mean? Because of the 574DreamTeam movement. Until they hear like a Benji song, like, damn, that's
I mean, you think people ain't heard the actual Benji? Maybe that's what you need to do, man. You get the people, including
yeah.
a whole motherfucking EP of just Benji, man. No features, none of that.
I gotta
Just
do the
straight
features
Benji,
though.
man.
I gotta do the features because like
Why you feel that?
because I like the versatility it adds. I like the different flavor it adds. You know what I mean? I don't mean I'm gonna just do any feature. You know what I mean?
It gotta make sense.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I got a couple joints where like I think, oh, this person will sound good, and that sounds good, and it'll sound good because I know how to structure it right. I mean, I think that's what a lot of people fail at doing is structuring their music right. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can sound good, you can rap the hardest, you can have the hardest bars, bro. All you gonna get is a pat on the back for that. You know what I mean? For real, bro, you gonna get a pat on the back for that. Nobody gonna be like, man, throw that shit on because you went hard last time we heard it.
See, with you, man, in the music, you mix, engineer, you do it all pretty much, man. You artist studio, you a walking studio.
Basically.
But you know a lot about music as well too, as far as like the legal side. Like, do you own like your masters on your music? Like, what you
I own everything I do. You know what I mean? Yeah, I own everything I do. Shit. Yeah, I own everything I do.
You got your stuff registered?
See, the thing with
Like
that is, like,
BMI?
if it's out there, anything that's Benji is out there. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't understand that too, though, man. It's more than just BMI, though. You know what I mean? You do that BMI shit, you still gotta copyright your music. You know what I mean? You still gotta get an SR and a P8. You know what I mean? So, like, you still gotta let them know who wrote that shit and who produced it. You know what I mean? Like, all of that. You still gotta get registered worldwide. You know what I mean? And so if your shit get played in Europe, you still gotta keep track of that. You know what I mean? So a lot of things people don't understand and don't know. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know my shit, but
That's the move, man. See, I'll be happy to hear that about it. You know what I'm saying, artists, man, because I don't know if a lot of artists be knowing that side of the game and even care to even hear that shit. I think a lot of artists, some artists may jump in the game and just feel like the record label won't take care of it.
yeah, you know the game is just that. It's a game. You know what I mean? It's just use the basketball for the analogy. As you said, everybody want to be LeBron and Kobe. You know what I mean? And or Michael Jordan, but people forget that it was a, you know what I mean, a Tim Duncan or it was a Shaq. You know what I mean?
Scottie Pippen.
You know what I mean? No, I'm saying these people. Scottie Pippen was a key second.
Oh, shit, Ron Harper and Steve Kerr.
No,
Dennis
then
Rodman.
those was backup men. Those sidekicks of the second man. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
shit.
So you know how Kobe had Shaq, but Shaq is his own. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you talking about an already established.
Yeah, like everybody wanna come in and be the hardest nigga. You know what I mean? That they feel is the hardest nigga. Instead of looking at it's more number ones than the guy that you're talking about. But they don't get mentioned like that because they ain't as flashy or they ain't as. So the way I look at it like this, you got your one-hit wonders or your people that get in the industry. Those are your LeBron James. You know what I mean? But those are one in the millions, one in the billion trillion. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's very rare that your shit you gonna drop it tonight and it's gonna blow up tomorrow. You know what I mean? It happens. It happens though.
I mean, with shit like TikTok and shit like that, man, you make a little Corvette song.
Oh yeah, it should go with it. You know what I mean? It should be young. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Those are the LeBrons, those are the Kobe's, those are the Jordans, those are the niggas they're just wild. People that it's the movement wild you. Cause like, damn, how?
Right.
You know what I mean? But then you got people that actually been putting that work in. You got your Tim Duncans, your Manu Ginobili, your Tony Parker. Them niggas that been putting that work in, they got their own sauce. You know what I mean? And I'm using people like that, like your Ray Allens and your Paul Pierces and your Rondos, the people that don't get mentioned. You know what I mean? So like,
I see where you're going.
You know what I mean? The people that actually put that work in, and you know what I mean? It's people like that. You can still be, you still got 5 rings and be just like Kobe.
So shit, would you say Charles Barkley too?
No, nigga, they never got the ring. So, he never got the ring. And I was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Sir Charles, no.
No, hell no. You know what I mean? He ain't never got the ring. But I'm gonna put it like this though. You can be one of them niggas where you just in this game to just play around and fuck around. You be good. You be just like them niggas. You be Vince Carter right now, bro. Dunking on niggas for the rest of their life. That's what that's my analogy to the niggas with the bars. You can be Vince Carter. Going crazy every time they play, you dunk on the nigga, you spin, you put your arm in the rim. Don't matter at the end of the day. Because he got to retire with nothing. But being the longest, him and LeBron being the longest player, you've been in this bitch as long as LeBron. I think longer, if I'm not mistaken.
I want to say longer, man.
Yeah.
I think
Bro, you about to retire with this nigga.
Go
You know what I mean? It's LeBron or Carter.
Right.
You feel me? Right now. It's talk right now. You gonna be LeBron or Carter.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like now it look like Carter playing to pay his bills. You know what I mean? I was just saying, you can be one of them niggas that got the skills, got that potential, but you out here, you more worried about, you know what I mean, what you look like when you dunking the ball, then you know what I mean?
Your stats that you putting up,
well,
the work
not
that you
that,
put in to put
yeah,
your stats up.
you know what I mean, exactly. Then to, you know what I mean, actually let that shit pay off, you know what I mean?
Right.
So now you dunking the ball in a regular game, and you ain't in no playoff game, you ain't in no ring, you ain't got no accolades like that. Ugly right now, you know what I mean?
Still doing flashy dunks when you down by 20.
Right. What point was that? You know what I mean? What the fuck you there for? You know what I mean?
Still trying to break the rim and get seen. You want the cameras to go on.
Just to be seen.
Down.
That's what I'm trying to say. Just to be seen. You know what I
Okay.
mean? You do all that to be what? Come on, man. You know, Carmelo Anthony?
And to be famous.
That's my
What the Migos say, I'd rather be rich than famous.
No,
man.
God,
Okay,
you know what I
man.
mean? So you gotta. I said that was my analogy for the people with the bars. You know what I mean? Because I always get that from them. Is, you know what I mean? I got the hardest bars ever. I ain't never heard. The only meat meal that get played in the club is, you know what I mean? Y'all thought I was finished? That's the only one.
Oh, well, yeah,
That's the only one.
yeah.
Since when have you heard niggas say play any other meat meal than that? Not saying he don't get played in the clubs, but when have you?
But yeah, he's not on demand. I feel
My point, you know what I mean?
He's not that man, because if you get in this game, man, you might as well get in this game to win, man.
That's my
And
point.
Meek is one of the lucky few that came in on that era
Yeah.
where that was, you know what I'm saying, it was like something that was new. You know
But he structured this shit to now.
Yeah.
It's made like a lot of people call it mainstream, but now it's selling. Now my man is
you can hear a Big Bill song on the radio.
That's my point. You know what I mean? You don't have to always do that. You don't always have to go. You don't have to always be the hardest nigga on the track. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, I don't mean be the hardest nigga with your like your song not good or nothing. But you don't have to be the hardest. Like you don't have to put on that facade. Like I have to be this way so you can should take me serious. Nah, bro. You know what I mean? Same way niggas will talk shit about Uzi, but he can knock niggas out. You know what I mean?
We're seeing Uzi chase down other artists.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
feel me?
saying?
Like, all you gotta do is just be yourself. You know what I mean? Juice, he the same nigga. You know what I mean? Like.
Juice was 1 in a million.
That's what I'm saying, you feel me?
Yeah.
XX, niggas like that, they was they self. That's why they movement is so strong, because they self. You know what I mean? Niggas get and, you know what I mean? That shit is selling,
Everybody
though.
wanna
You know
do
what I
it,
mean?
man.
Niggas is selling. That shit is selling. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Like that, hey man, like niggas like Famous Dex, man. Like, what you think happened with him, man? Like, what?
He wasn't ready for that.
Well, you think it went too fast with him?
He wasn't ready for that, man.
Man, because he was the leader of that wave, man, and he could have been like,
Yeah, but
he could have been still on top with that shit.
He could have handled it like Soulja Boy did when he, you know what I mean?
Just gracefully bow out.
No, just when he was going out on dances and shit, and you know what I mean, when he first came out, you know what I mean, he owned most of that shit too, so he had a lot of fame. But like he Soulja Boy just started being irritating until the Drake quote. You know, the Drake.
Yeah. When he realized he could get clout or just shit some money off of it,
Right,
really,
you know what I
being
mean?
annoying.
He was just having fun in the beginning. If bro did that, like, you know what I mean? I don't think he was ready for that. You know what I mean? He came up from a different environment, you know what I mean? So, like,
True.
you know what I mean? Like, not saying Soulja didn't, but it's just like, you know what I mean? I know he from, what, Chicago? He's from Chicago.
Yeah. Did you know him when he was here?
I would see him, but I ain't gonna cap like I just, like my dog, no. I did, you know what I mean? But like, but that's what I'm saying is I know the ways of here, so I'm speaking off that. So I'm saying he's not ready for that. You know what I mean? Because nobody probably told him like you keep doing this, you be this way. When you get there, you got to listen, do that way. You know what I mean? Like tell you that.
Probably just had yes man around him, but motherfuckers that was just happy to
Well,
see
now
him.
he did, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And once that shit start coming in, you know what I mean? That's why I said, you don't be ready for that. You don't have the right people around you for it. You know what I mean? That's why I think people fall off. They don't have the right people around them when they have it for them. You know what I mean? Like some people are fortunate to be like, oh, I had to leave it alone. But some people is not as fortunate, just like she's not. Fuck him. But look, we just gonna say this. He tried to fire everybody after everything happened. You know what I mean?
Right, like.
You know what I mean? You try to fire everything before the switching and shit.
Yeah, he tried to
fire
but he already
everybody.
knew what time he was on.
But that's what I'm saying, like, you try to fire everybody before, you knew these niggas wasn't for you when they was around. You was paying them to be around, you know what I mean? So, like, that's what I'm saying, is like, some people don't be ready
Ain't built for that shit.
No, yeah, you know what I mean? They
Right,
need,
you trying to fire the energy out because you know what time it is.
Exactly.
You know, when you cut the stove on.
Exactly.
You see how that panned out, man. But what's one thing you feel like that's holding you back from getting to the top?
No.
Nothing?
No, man. Probably, you could be your own way sometimes, kid. Before that, well, I was in my own way. I say that. I was in my own way. Like a lot of people don't know, but I was homeless. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know that. I lost my crib in 2014, 2015. I had to move in with my mom. You know what I mean? I was staying with my mom. And I used an excuse of she needed me to be there as we standing. I was there for like 3 years, 4 years. I was there for 3 years, you know what I mean? And she ended up moving, and I had nowhere to go. So I tried to stay in hotels, and shit. I was working at Pizza Hut, and then I tried to get a janitor job, and I couldn't get that, and I couldn't Pizza Hut. And shit, I just was living at the studio for a whole year. All 2019, I was living at the studio. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know what I mean? I was in my own way though, because like, it became a point of desperation, you know what I mean? From 2015 to 2017 to 2018, when I was living with my mom, you know what I mean? And like I said, I used that as an excuse for free living basically, you know what I mean? Shit, I was making a move with the drinks and shit, so my mom wasn't really on my ass and you gotta do something because she was seeing that I was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she was seeing what you were doing. She was seeing.
So like, she started doing this shit and then, you know what I mean? She just told me, like 2018, she like, son, you know, I'm moving, you know, we gotta figure out, you know, you'll find your crib or something. So I'm like, all right, bet, you know what I mean? And I literally waited until like Thanksgiving and she told me like, yeah, we moving December 1st. I'm like, damn. So,
You serious?
well, when she said we moving, I thought, I'm like, damn, we moving? You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. Then she's like 2 days before that, like 3 days before that she moved, she was like, yeah, we're going to Chicago. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, damn. So shit, you know what I mean? I tried to stay at some hotel, that shit wasn't working. Went straight to the studio. And I just had an epiphany, man. You know what I mean? I had a real life reality check. You know what I mean? Is this what I wanted to do? You know what I mean? I got 2 kids at that time. I had 2 kids, you know what I mean? Like, is this what you want them to see? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, cause I'm honestly in the custody battle with that, you know what I mean? So, I'm like, damn, like, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? And I was blessed and fortunate enough to run into my big bro, Ford Thomas. You know what I mean? He gave me the opportunity of a lifetime. And shit, you know what I mean? I just told him, like, look, man, I don't want to do nothing if I'm still sleeping on the floor. You know what I mean? I'm still sleeping on the studio floor. I don't want to do nothing. You know what I mean? And shit, he was like, man, let's make it happen. And so shit, I was working with bro for like 8 months. And then what made me say, something got to shake harder than this, you know what I mean, was I was actually out of town, and my baby mom had called me and was like, the lights off at the studio, you know what I mean, the gas off at the studio, the water off at the studio. And it was cold, so I'm like, wow, I gotta go back to that, you know what I mean, I gotta go back to that. From this, I got to make the phone calls, like, so what we doing? You know what I mean? And shit, I signed my co-publishing deal in November. And that gave me the money I needed to move into my crib. So 2019, November, shit, I got into my crib. And we going crazy since then.
Yeah, boy.
You know what I mean? So like shit, it's to the point like now like I started in school. You know, I actually just graduated got my diploma in November last year.
Congrats to that.
Oh God, you feel me?
Never too late.
No, I didn't. Shit, I just started school, so I've been in school, shit, this whole month. Well, since the 18th and shit, but I started school, I started my business next month, my production business.
I was getting ready to ask you, man, so what's your business?
My production business, so like, I run the studio, you know, me and my pops own the studio right here. You know, we run the studio out here, so it's gonna go through that. My engineer, you know what I mean, my songwriter, me as an artist, I DJ, you know what I mean, I make beats, so all of that is gonna go through my business. You know what I mean? Shit.
I ain't just should, man. All that should have been tied in to one.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean?
It just should.
I look at it like this, but I ain't had a job since shit. I can't even remember. Like, okay, look. Okay, I think I had a job. I got a job last year, but only because the studio was shut down. And around like the winter time, so around like any time October to like March, it's slow on the right tip because like the industry shut down at the end of the year, and then people were trying to figure out what they're doing at the top of the year for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? So it's slow. So I'm at the crib just playing like Assassin's Creed and shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, but I need to get out the crib. You know what I mean? Like I need to get out the house. Like I wasn't trying to be in no club or nothing where I gotta spend money. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, why don't I just do something to make money? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm gonna go get me a job. So I just got a job just to have something to do, bro. Like I didn't really care about being there, bro. I'm telling the managers and them like, bro, I don't have to be here, bro. Like,
You know I can leave,
oh
right?
God, I told them that. They're like, you can leave. And he's like, you want to? Good luck find another job. I'm like, if I leave here, I'm not working no more. Like, I'm only here because, like, you know what I mean, it's slow. But then, like, my man, now I built a relationship with my dog King, man.
Yeah, man, who's gonna get into that?
Yeah,
Man? How you even bump into?
Through Floyd, man. Floyd, he was managing him at one time, you know what I mean? And shit, through that, you know what I mean? And shit, I just built a relationship with him, man. I built a relationship with him, man. To the point where he was like, hey, come down my crib, let's fly you down here. You know what I mean? So, like, that's what I was doing, though. I was doing that. And that's why I quit the job. Well, I got fired from the job. Because
You get fired on your day off?
Was it the day off? Actually, it was, bro. No, okay, it was my day off.
Got fired on this day
No,
off.
look at what my day off. It was like the day back, though. You know what I mean? But I actually got fired because bro had me out in Texas. You know what I mean? I was out in Texas, shit.
Hey.
You know what I mean? I was out in Texas, shit. I came back. And, you know, the time zones in Chicago and Indiana different. So, like,
Yeah.
my phone was off at the time. Like, I didn't have, like, it was off. So, when I got to the airport, it connected to Wi-Fi and corrected my time for me. But when I get into Indiana, I'm driving to Indiana, like, oh, I gotta be at work at 12:30. I'm like, man, it's only like 10, 11. It's like 11, almost 11. I'm like, but I'll be all right. I'll be cool. You know what I mean? You know, I get to work, it's 1:30. I'm like, shit. They're like, you know, you like an hour late. I'm like, shit. You know what I mean? I got off the plane. It was like, we're gonna have to let you go. I was like, shit. Alright.
Fuck y'all there, shit.
Fuck you.
I'll be back on another plane soon, motherfucker.
When I got right back on the plane that same weekend, I was like, they looked up. I was like, they were like, you need us to walk, you need somebody to walk you out. I was like, man, no, I'm walking into this by myself. I walk out by myself. People get distraught and get to throwing things and want to hurt people. I didn't even have to be here.
Tear that shit up,
man. What? I'm like, I don't even have to be here, bro. Like, it's cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Y'all don't even know.
Bro, what, bro? Like, but before that job, I didn't have a job for a minute, bro. So all of this been off the muscle, bro. Like, I've been on my team, you know what I mean? Like, me start my business, me actually be able in a position to start my business. The pandemic hit, I didn't stop shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
I still was on, you know what I mean, actually went as hard as I could. And, you know what I mean? Like, I was blessed and fortunate to be one of the ones not impacted by it, you know what I mean? So, like, I just put that in perspective. I can't say how much I made, how much I did, but put it in perspective is that, you know what I mean, shit, I just turned everything around, bro. I had to get my priorities straight and I had to, you know what I mean, like, you know, so.
Hey, man, that.
You know what I mean?
Now, before we get off the King subject, man, can we see any more, like, some music, like, possibly, like, a collab with y'all?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I got a couple songs. I got a couple songs with him and a couple other YouTubers, man. But like,
see, you done went from fucking doing songs here in South Bend to doing tracks with YouTubers, bro.
Yeah, look, bro. I'm that man, you know what I mean? No, but like, I don't know, I just got that sauce, but you know, I'm really King's engineer too. So like, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
So, like, I'm his like main engineer, so like that's why I be on the road so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you and King tight, like you be with him like
yeah, that's
a
like
lot.
that's my dog, you know what I mean? That's like really my dog.
That's what's up, man. That's good that you can like build a relationship with somebody like that. Like, how does somebody like me, you know what I'm saying, an average Joe, become cool with a fucking YouTuber? I need a YouTuber friend in my life, bro.
Oh, you just be yourself. You know what I mean? Be yourself, man. Like, and just always remember, you never know who you're in the room with. You know what I mean? And you just wait your turn. You wait for the opportunity to present itself. You don't go searching for it. You know what I mean? So like, in that same sense, bro, you know how we rock. You know what I mean? You can be in the same room as me, and I know that I may have somebody in the room that can benefit you. You know what I mean? You don't gotta ask me about it because you already know how we rock. So if I know that it's gonna help you, then you already know the connected there. Exactly. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is be there. You know what I mean? Be yourself.
Alright, so I know recently we seen you on Instagram not too long ago. I don't know how long ago it was, probably about like a month.
Mm-hmm.
But you was chilling with fucking Danrue.
Yeah, Dan the homie too.
How the fuck like the man literally was like, you was on his story and it wasn't on no fan shit like you was on, you know what I'm saying, recording him. He was recording you, talking about you eat Twinkies at his house all the time. What the fuck?
When I'm in LA, I'll be at his house and shit. Like him and Vanilla Tree, I'll be at the
What the fuck?
Yeah. I fuck with a lot of YouTubers. They all fuck with each other. Like some of them like fuck with each other. They came over with each other.
Bro, you like heavily connected into YouTube. Like, you ever thought about getting into YouTube? Ever becoming a YouTuber yourself?
That ain't me, though.
What? You don't think so?
No, like.
Have any of them ever tried to get you to become a YouTuber?
No, like, man, my place is music. You know what I mean? So like, the only time I'm gonna do YouTube is if I'm dropping my videos or something. You know what I mean? But I'm not one of the vlog type people. You know what I mean? I actually do, but I would like a camera to follow me around. You know what I mean? I wouldn't.
Oh, we got you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk to you. We got you.
You serious?
I'm down, bro.
You serious?
We shot your first vlog not too long ago, bro.
I'm talking about like.
Let's shoot out.
Life.
Let's go. Let's do it, man. Y'all heard it here first, man. We're finna start shooting Benji Hardaway's vlogs. You heard it, man. Loud Talk TV exclusive, man.
I travel a lot, man, and the things I see, man, I would like to show people, you know what I mean? Like, that's one of my main motivations is when I tell people, you know, I travel, I never been here, you should go here, you know.
That's what's up, man. Now, seeing all these stars and celebrities, man, how much money is it gonna take for Benji Hardaway to say, fuck South Bend, I gotta go. I'm finna move, I gotta get out of here.
No, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't understand why people move. I don't.
You think you can do everything you need to and stay here?
Yeah, but I mean, you just gotta get your ass on the road. You know what I mean? Like, That's like saying you put the refrigerator by the bed because I don't want to go. No, get up and go.
I feel you, man.
Like, you gotta. I'm saying like you have to get up and go. You know what I mean? You have to choose. Cause you have to choose to do it. You know what I mean? So get up and want to go get it. You know what I mean? Like these other cities, like moving somewhere don't make your chances better. Like your chances are still as great as you work. You know what I mean?
Especially now with all the social media platforms.
Oh, yeah, that make it even more easy because you can make $1 million off your phone. You know what I mean? So like, if you get up and go make the connections, bro, you know what I mean? You get up and go make the connections and rub the right shoulders, bro. Ain't no telling what you be doing today. You know what I mean? You gotta get up and go do it. You know what I mean? So.
Do you feel like the people that do kind of get on their feet and get out of here, you feel like they still responsible to hold it down for South Bend? Or like, do you feel like it's cool for them to just be like,
nah, I ain't gonna lie. I never
You gonna continue to rep the Bend, man?
I'm gonna rep myself.
Oh, man, you ain't gonna rep the Bend when you get on?
It ain't about repping the Bend. That's where I'm from. Of course, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna do no Vivica A. Fox shit and say I'm from.
We wasn't gonna say. I wasn't gonna say no names, man.
Say
you know what I'm saying?
And just be like, no, I'm from Indiana. I ain't gonna be that nigga. You know what I mean? But like, it's not. You know what I mean? I'm not. Of course, I would want to be. I would want to create opportunities for people here. Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? It's where I'm from. You know what I mean? Where my kids probably gonna grow up at. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll always be that nigga, but to be like, I'm gonna represent, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be the hardest to come out of here. I don't want to be the richest nigga to come out of here. I don't want to be the only nigga that made the music to come out of here. You know what I mean? I want to be that. I'd rather be a staple or a blueprint or something like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then you can most definitely, hey, Benji, I want to fuck with you. I'm just as serious as you is, though. You know what I mean? Now, don't think that because I'm serious with my shit, I'm being serious with your shit. If you ain't even halfway, you know what I mean? You gotta be willing to take them L's to get them dubs. You know what I mean? You gotta be willing to put all everything to it.
Now, with you working with so many artists, man, and you being around all these different celebrities and YouTubers and all that, but your only main goal is music, what's your thoughts on? And before I ask this question, do you do drugs?
No.
So okay? That's good. That's a good thing. You don't do drugs.
Well, I'm gonna be like, yeah, man, I do heroin and
But see, look, that's what I was gonna ask, man, because I just watched the interview on Street Talks TV. I think it's a platform out of Texas, and they interviewed a guy, OG Boo Dirty, and he was talking about how like maybe a few years ago he was bad off of heroin and shit like that. But my question is, what's your thoughts on the heavy influence of drug use in the rap game, in the industry, but in the rap game in general?
Well, whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to tell you that's bad for you? You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? When he was Bobby Brown, greatest crackheads in the show. You know what I mean?
And I'm sorry, I said the wrong name. OG something, but it was the wrong name. I said the wrong artist, get me fucked up.
You got Whitney and Bobby, you know what I mean? This shit went downhill, but they was, you know what I mean? Like, before it got out of control. You know what I mean? Shit, you got motherfucking, The Weeknd, I mean, gladly does cocaine, you know what I mean? But
damn, like
Bruno Mars said it helps with his vocal cords.
Like,
who am I to tell you? You know, them niggas are them some $1 million niggas, so like,
right, that's.
You know what I mean? Wayne said the cup made him more money than it ever did. So, you know what I mean? And you see Wiz, he's a fucking weed connoisseur. So I can't tell you, oh, that's bad for you. You know what I mean? I can only tell you don't bring this shit around me because that's not what I do. So what work for you may not work for me. You know what I mean?
Do anybody try and like offer like drugs and shit like when you out in like in these celebrity environments and shit like?
No, it ain't even. To be honest with you, like,
is it what we see like on movies and shit? Like, is it what we think like it's just big ass cocaine parties and shit with white folks in the hills and Beverly Hills and shit? I'm
not around those. I'm not around those celebrities. The celebrities or just people that are wealthy and fortunate. You know what I mean? those are the people that I'm around. They're the people that's like, they own me shit, you know what I mean? It matters to them, you know what I mean? What they do matters to them, you know what I mean? I'm around people like that, you know what I mean? So I don't be around the people that take that as they don't take it for granted, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, niggas may have designer and diamond and flashy cars, but those same people feel like they accomplished something. They feel like they can have those things because they accomplished what they wanted to, you know what I mean? They're not just doing it because they got it, you know what I mean? It's like, shit, you know, come on, I want the diamond because I like it. I got it. I did this so I can be like that, you know what I mean? So you got people that take this shit for granted and fuck off, you know what I mean? But I don't be around with people, you know?
We're still early in the 2021. You know what I'm saying? What's your approach for the year? How you coming? How you coming for the year?
I don't even want to say it.
No?
No, I don't want to say it because I feel like
Want to keep us all guessing, all on our toes, just anticipating this drop, or how you coming in general?
yeah, because I
You
know.
changing your approach? You still coming like how you? Is there any of it that you can tell us? What's your plan?
You know what I mean? I'm just coming a different way. You know what I mean? I'm coming as hard as I do every time, but just a different way. You know what I mean? Like I'm in a better state. You know what I mean? I'm in a better mind state. I got a better understanding of what I want to be and who I want to be. You know what I mean? So like, that's why I mentioned my situation from 2015 to, you know what I mean, to get back right. I mentioned that because I want people to see that, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be able to tell people that, you know what I mean, all the time. So, if I ever want to know, like, yeah, what happened before you got here? Loud Talk TV.
Right here. I told y'all, right here,
Check it
man.
out. You know what I mean? It's right there. So, you know what I mean? So when people be like, damn, why are you doing this crazy? Loud Talk TV. You know what I mean? Go check them out. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Because, like, I'm done talking mode. I'm done talking. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I already don't surround my people. I don't surround myself with nobody that ain't got nothing going for themselves. You know what I mean? And whatever you got going don't gotta benefit me. But if you got something going for yourself, I'm most definitely salute you. And I fuck with you. You know what I mean? But I most definitely was not allowed no slackers, no leechers, no nothing around me. I don't care how good you may rap. I don't care how good you may sing. I don't care how smart you may be. If you don't apply that shit to yourself, I'm not gonna put no energy nor invest none of my time into it. You know what I mean? And I wish I had somebody to tell me that, but I tell somebody that, you know what I mean, just so they
Ain't
can.
nothing wrong with that, man. That's how you supposed to be moving, man. That's how you form a strong team, not just the niggas that want to be around to be around. I'm telling you. That's how you build a fucking team. A team of fucking engineers, producers, and it takes someone to slack off of the shit that you do because you do so much on your own. You know what I'm saying? And you can actually build that team with people that you can teach this game to and know that they ain't finna run off with the sauce and, you know what I'm saying? They know where it's coming from. Like, this in-house shit, man. You can actually put that shit together, man.
You know, another thing is too, though, I really wouldn't care for me to run off with the sauce. You know what I mean? Just don't run off too early. You know what I mean? Don't be a nigga that just trying to, when you take
Here
notes,
for the notes,
you
right.
just to get out of here. You know what I mean? Stay and listen. You learn something. You know what I mean? Learn something, then try to apply it. You know what I mean? And then when you can start teaching yourself, that's when you be like, yeah, all right. You know what I
Make
mean?
you feel good about you actually sitting around me and soaking up this shit.
Right, you know what I mean?
Other than, you dip out too early, you gonna make me feel like you stole something from me.
Well, nah, you get out too early, you gonna feel like you get enough. You gonna feel like I was wrong, you know what I mean? So like, I don't trip about that. That's what I'm saying. Man, I'm a game giver, you know what I mean? Like, well, ask me anything, I tell you, it's up to you to apply that to yourself, you know what I mean? But I could tell you, you know what I mean, a little bit of nothing, and you think it's a whole lot of something. You know what I mean? So you just fucked yourself because, like I said, it was a little bit of nothing. You know what I mean? So listen and pay attention. You know what I mean? Be around. I tell people like, all you gotta do is be around, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not a nigga that's gonna. I'm not like one of them anti-socialists where I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be around people. Like I just don't want to be around people that ain't on the same something. But if you really try to apply yourself, bro, all you gotta do is be around. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is be around. A lot of people tell me this, and I hate this. A lot of people say, if I had your work ethic, I'd be on. So what's stopping you from doing it?
Right.
Let's stop you from doing it.
We're stopping you from feeding off this work.
You know what I mean? I could have told you if I had no work ethic, I'd be on too. You know what I mean? But what is that supposed to mean? You know what I mean? Like,
I wasn't lazy pretty much.
basically, you know what I mean? Shit, if I didn't settle, I'll be on. I'm just not settling. That's what I'm not doing. You know what I mean?
Nah, man. Before we get out of here, man, I want you to let everybody know, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we done took up a lot of your time, man. So we're gonna get out your hair. But let the people know, man, where they can follow you at, where they can find your music at, where to get up with you at in general, man. Somebody may want a feature, want something mixed and mastered. They may need to pull up to this lovely studio, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's on my IG. You know what I mean? It's being with the wind. Other than that, it's Benji Hardaway on everything. You know what I mean? I'm the only fat nigga with the name, so. You feel me? Ain't no Mr. Scrooge, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Y'all make sure y'all tap in with him, man. And go check him out on Spotify, Apple Music,
I'm everywhere
all that
too,
shit,
you know what I
man.
mean?
Everywhere you like to listen to your favorite music at, man. But for me though, I need y'all to do me one favor. No, probably two or three. Listen up. I need y'all to go to Facebook. Loud Talk TV, man, and like that page, man. Then hit the motherfucking official Loud Talk TV group, man, and come on over there, man, and chill with us, man, because we always got something going on over there. And make sure you go to Instagram if you're on Instagram and hit Loud Talk TV up, man, and like that motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and follow that bitch, because we're gonna follow you back. And come on over to the official YouTube, YouTube, you know what I'm saying, official Loud Talk TV, I'm sorry about that, where you're gonna find this motherfucking interview with the motherfucking man himself from the motherfucking Ben right here, man. Motherfucking Benji Hardaway. How many times did I say motherfucking? Say it in the comments, man. But y'all make sure y'all subscribe, man. Official Loud Talk TV. I keep saying YouTube. Official Loud Talk TV on YouTube, man. We out this thing, man. We gone, man.
Yeah.